Shalom. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Rakakadash. Double honor to teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone. Also to you brothers, so they put on this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep. And to you brothers and sisters tuning in, Shalom. Let's start over the first precept here before I bring out this short clip that caught my attention today, because what we're seeing here in Great Babylon, America, is a great division between these Edomites, okay? And I liken these Edomites as the devil, okay, which the Bible talks about, you know, the deceiver, okay, the liar, the murderer, the mass murderer, okay, that's conquered the hearts and minds of all the people that have invested into this wicked queendom. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, starting with verse 25. And this is Yahushua Mashiach. He was in the temple, and, you know, they were trying to accuse him of being, a demon, basically, and it says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, destruction, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Okay, Great Babylon, America, known as the United States of America, the land of the home, free and brave, whatever else they want to accolade, they want to name themselves. Okay, this is a very satanic, devilish society. Okay, and what you have here is a left wing, right wing kind of situation that's going on here, in which you have people who consider themselves to be conservative, and then those who consider them not to be conservative. Now, I'm going to bring on this short clip. In this short clip, you're going to see what this abomination that's going on right now, known as transgenderism, okay, where Bud Light, okay, which has been around for 150 years, okay, well-known business, okay, Anheuser-Busch, that brings the Bud Lights and all these other beers are there, for the good times here in Great Babylon, America, has decided that they would, try to, make things a little bit more up to date, okay, for the 21st century, by having a transgender, a man who has lipstick on and is calling himself a female, okay, to be their basically their mascot or their emblem, okay, towards their customers, and it backfired tremendously. Now watch this video and you can see the reaction of these Edomites.
This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it.
As you can see there, the reaction of these Edomites is what? They're not standing for it, because see, Yahweh Shemashai is going to bring a great judgment here on Great Babylon, America. When that judgment is what? Let's go into the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and starting with verse 16, and it reads, for there should be seditions amongst men, and in waiting one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the cause of their actions shall stand their power. Now, this is clearly going into these Edomites, because when we look at Great Babylon, America, who is the dominant, people in the society? These Edomites, okay? They're few in numbers, okay, which is the reason why they try to use reverse psychology on us and say that we are the minority, when in fact, if we are from the tribe of Israel, Yasharallah, we are what? 12 tribes, okay? That's actually in one tribe, okay? So you have 12 tribe that is actually in one tribe. So if you have the tribe of Edom, okay, the Edomites, how the hell that they can be the majority when you have a tribe that has 12 sub-tribes, okay? So they're the ones that are actually in control and can power. Why? Because, well, this is their time. This is their queendom, okay? So we don't envy them, but it is our job and our duty to what? To point our face against Mount Seir, which is Great Babylon, America, known as Idumea, okay? Known as spiritual Sodom in Egypt, and let it know that there is going to be great sedition, and this is going to lead into the people coming on, rising up against the laws of the government, okay? Because they're starting to see now that their own leader, their own kings, okay, which we like to prefer to them as queens, okay, are wicked and has no good intention, not only for the tribe of Israel, Yasharallah, which they don't give two craps about us so-called Black Americans and Latinos, Latino, but they themselves notice that they themselves are suffering right now, okay? All up on drugs and fentanyls and all the other stuff. And this man is just pushing the sodomite agenda out there. So much so that something that's supposed to be manly, like Bud Light or Budweiser, okay, is having a doggone a sodomite, okay, as a spokesperson, okay? And they're not going for it, okay? And so these people had know that they have something to lose. This is the reason why they're not regarding. They're going to take the power into their hands, because these are the ones who have the houses, the jobs, all of those things. And we're seeing it now fall apart. Okay, because why? This place is known as a Babal. It's a melting pot of what? Hypocrites, crap, demons, and all kinds of foul beings here and spirits here. Every wicked person from all the different tribes in the earth is right here in Great Babylon, America, save the elect that Yahweh Mashiach said that he's going to redeem from this place. Okay, after Jacob's trouble is being completed. Okay, let's go into the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 24. And it says, at that time, okay, Salakia, down verse 23, it says, and the trumpet, Salakia, let's start off with actually 22, and it says, and suddenly to the shown places appear unsown, the full storehouses should suddenly be found empty, which we're seeing going on right now. Hey, every week there's what? Disaster that's going on right now. Derailments, okay, food shortages, prices hiked up and all that stuff. That, yeah, these Edomites, they got money and they work, but even they can't sustain, okay, what this doggone devil is doggone doing to this place. Okay, and it says, and the trumpet shall give a sound when every man hear it, they should suddenly be afraid. That trumpet is coming from us. We're telling you, there's a great famine that's going to come here. We're telling you, people are going to go on a diet plan unlike anything that you've ever imagined. Because why? You will have no choice but to go all day, all week without eating. Okay, because that's how the Lord is going to deal with this place. And it says, at that time, friends shall fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still in the 3 hours; they shall not run. Now, when you go into this, we've seen these Edomites had civil war before. They'll fight. Come on, devil versus devil. These Edomites, right wing, left wing, conservative, non-conservative. It don't matter. These are animals. Okay, these people are foreborn to fight, and they do a great job of fighting each other. They came up with, when you look at the first Civil War, they said they was fighting under free slavery. Now we know that there was just a disagreement. Okay, again, sedition, the disagreement. Okay, that we needed to kind of get these slaves into a more corporate type style, which is henceforth you see the prison system right now is filled with what? Jakes, Yasharala, us so-called Blacks, Americans, and Latino, fill these prisoners up. Okay, so basically there's that form of slavery where there's free work being done, or you're locked up in a doggone hellhole cell, okay, until you comply with what their free labor is all about. Okay, and so what you're seeing right now, okay, is you're gonna have Peckerwood versus rednecks. Okay, once more again, Civil War Part 2 is gonna come. Okay, and why? Because they're the ones that have something to lose. See, Jake don't really have anything to lose. Okay, now we come out and we let Jake know, okay, this is not our queendom, this is not our rest. Okay, the Lord Yahweh Mashiach is going to send his angels across the four corners of the earth to what? To collect his elect. Okay, wouldn't you want to be part of that? Okay, wouldn't it be great to watch the destruction of Great Babylon, America? I know I would want that, and so does all the other brothers that are bringing out this truth, okay, and testifying against his wicked queendom. This is the book of Isaiah 19, verse 1. It says, the burden of Egypt. Again, I brought it out. This place is known as Sodom and Egypt. Okay, the burden of Egypt, Great Babylon, America, United States of America. Behold, the Lord Yahweh shall ride upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, Great Babylon, America, and the idols of Egypt, Great Babylon, America, shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst thereof. Okay, so the heart of these Americans, okay, these people who incentivize themselves with food and gluttony and greed and lying and rape and murder, okay, it's going to melt, because why? The Lord right now is laying pause in this place right now, okay? So the warning is going on at the same time. The Lord is allowing these things to come up. These people are they're on edge right now, okay? And it says, and I will set the Egyptians, okay, against the Egyptians, okay, the white man against each other, okay? The people who are in rulership, okay, whether they are in the cabinet or they're in the executive branch, all the way down to the scumbag, doggone low-level Edomite that's laying up under the bridge, hooked on fentanyl. It doesn't matter. They're all going to be clashing. And it says they shall fight everyone against his brother. and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay, which could be these states. Each one of these states right now in America, okay, can be considered to be what? A kingdom, because they all have different laws. You have different license, different ID, okay, and they have a head of state, okay, known as a governor. They don't have their own private military, known as the National Guard, okay. So these are kingdoms, okay. Here in Great Babylon, America, it says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. So they're going to be turned to what they normally do, which is what witchcraft, rolling dice against the wall, the Ouija board, all those different things like that. Because remember, these Edomites, okay, these so-called white people don't have any faith in Yahweh Shemi Ashai because they don't know him. Okay, they've been beguiled by their own leaders who've told them that the Messiah is a so-called white man with blue eyes and brown hair. I mean, obviously they have not read the scriptures. Okay, and this man is exalting himself as the power. So guess what? When your power fails you, guess what? There's going to be nothing but what? Anger and clash. And this is what you see going on right now. Lots of clash. I mean, these are brute beasts, man. Look at these people. Okay, they're going to fight against each other. Okay, because why? These people don't want to go. These people are not down for what Budweiser came up with. What was Anheuser-Busch thinking about? They can't help it because why? This place is known as spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Okay, this place naturally, okay, promotes, okay, sodomy. Okay, now let's go into the book of Isaiah. Let's go into the book of Genesis. And this is Genesis 18 and starting verse 20. Because we're going to take a comparison here between this and then the book of Matthew chapter 24. And we're going to see how the Lord is dealing with this place. Okay, so he's got these people's hearts, melting right now. Their minds, they're going crazy. They're like, what the hell is going on? Well, we know what's going on. We tell you what's going on. The Lord is bringing this place down, and he's going to eventually destroy it. Okay, with thermonuclear fire from those 200 million missiles that's going to be hitting this place and turn into the lake of fire. This is the book of Genesis chapter 18, down verse 20. It says, and the Lord, how about you, Isaiah, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me, and if not, I will know. Okay, so here's this place. Again, this place is known as what? Sodom and Egypt. And it says, and the men turned their faces from thence and went towards Sodom, but Abraham stood yet before the Lord Yahweh Shemi Ashai. Now, if you've gone through this, you read this where Abraham, okay, did not want the cities to be destroyed by the Lord Yahweh Shemi Ashai because he felt like there was some people that was good and the Lord shouldn't destroy everybody in it. So here's what takes place. It says, and Abraham drew near and said, will thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Peradventure there be 50 righteous within the city, will thou also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein? So this will go on as we go on through the scriptures where it goes on from 50 to 40 to 30 to 20 to 10, and it just came down to the point to where what? Really, it was only Lot and his family that was going to be spared because they didn't even have 10 people. So the Lord already knew this. So of course he told Abraham, hey, if you can find 10 righteous people, I won't do it. Okay. And he couldn't. Okay. Now, let's go into Matthew chapter 24, because when you remember that I just read to you, okay, or the book of Genesis chapter 18, okay, this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 20 says, but pray ye that ye flight be not in winter, neither on the Sabbath day. And this is talking about the great, tribulation that's going on here on this entire earth. Okay, we have Jacob's trouble, but you have a tribulation on this earth that is going to be unlike anything since this earth was created. And it says, for then shall be great tribulation such as not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor shall there ever be. So in one sense, you could say, well, Jacob's trouble is going to be really hard for us. And, you pray that Mashiach, okay, has sealed us as the elect, that he's going to get through that. And because he said he's going to destroy 2/3, okay, and bring 1/3 through the fire. So we are going to see some hell and experience it, but not be destroyed. Okay. But the whole world is going to go through some hell, and they don't have that protection on them. So they're going to die. There's going to be a lot of death. And it says, and except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days should be shortened. So because there are men right now that are men and women that are pleasing Yahweh Shemi Shai, okay, men who are going on the highway and byway doing the work as part of the hopefully elect, as part of the servant of Yahweh Mashiach, as friends who he's given this money to basically invest and turn over. Okay, we use that term. Okay. to go and preach his gospel and do as he commanded, okay, for that sake, the Lord is going to actually spare. So during that time, okay, when you go back in Genesis, the Lord didn't spare anybody except what? Noah and his family. Go back to Sodom and Gomorrah, he only spared Lot and his people. You see how few the numbers are? So, see, these people don't understand that the Lord of the Bible, the God of the Bible, Lord Yahweh Hashem Shai, okay, it's not a nice person. Okay, he's not a person that respect, oh, that's a little baby, I'm going to save it, I'm not going to kill a little baby. No, he doesn't care. Okay, so for the elect's sake, okay, very, very few is going to be saved. Is the reason why he shows a little bit of mercy and shorten those days, which we see in those days now being shortened, because this psychopath Esau, the so-called white man, okay, leave it up to him. Nobody will be in existence probably about 50 years from now. Okay, this is the book of Genesis. Let's close out here. This is the book of Genesis 49 and 9. Because, see, on top of these Edomites clashing with each other, okay, which they will because they're in disagreement, okay, you're going to have that clash between what? Judah, okay, and these Edomites, okay. Now, what these Edomites have always been used to, what they think they've gotten, Jake into right now, they're thinking of a Kevin Hart. When they think of a so-called black man now, they're thinking of Kevin Hart. When they think of a so-called Latino man, they're thinking about Antonio Banderas or I can't remember the name of the other comedian there. They call him Fluffy or whatever the case is like that. They think about those guys. Okay, that's in the minds of these people. Oh, they're funny, cool guys and all that stuff like that. Okay, so that's all good and well. See, when tribulation comes like that, see, Jake demeanor is going to change, because see, the Spirit of the Lord is going to get into Jake's them to do what? Do things that Jake like to do, which is what? To survive, okay? And it's not going to be good. They're going to be very carnal. So this is Genesis 49 and 9. It says, Judas is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou going up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who should rouse him up? Who's rousing him up? Okay, this word, we're going on highway and byway. We're letting you know, okay, you're Rasharala, okay? You're gods on this earth, okay? All of you, okay? All 12 tribes, okay? We're above the rest of these nations, okay? We're letting you know that your enemy, your primary enemy that has you, jiving and jibbing and drugging and eating abominable food and bowing down to all this abominable laws and all this other bull crap, okay, under the threat of kicking you out of your house and make you homeless and all that stuff, okay? It's going to be put down, okay? And the Lord has got our back. So he said, we're going to eat, he's going to protect us. So what are you scared of? However, 2/3 of you, okay, who have invested heavily into this place, okay, you're going to get a disappointment just like the rest of these Edomites. When I go into 2nd Ezra chapter 15, down verse 16, when it says there should be sedition amongst men, hey, y'all going to be joining them too. Y'all going to be waiting one another, and y'all going to regard your king, because you think these doggone, these faggot governments, okay, or these faggot men that are sitting down in those offices out there in Washington, D.C. is your doggone kings and princes, okay? You don't want to understand, you don't want to hear that your king, okay, is coming with great power to put down this doggone wicked ass sodomite queendom known as Great Babylon America, okay? So y'all going to be fighting against, okay, pursuing the 2nd Ezra 6 and 24, it says at the time friends should fight against one another like enemies. Why are you going to be fighting against your Edomite friends? Okay, Edomites, because they're your friends. I mean, y'all gonna be like enemies. Like, wait a minute, I was working for you just last week, or what's going on here, like that? Okay, see, because y'all have your mind and hearts invested into this place, and you will not hearken unto the warnings that we are giving you of the sword and the judgment that's coming from the Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay, pursuing true. Okay, these Edomites, okay, who are going to turn on each other, okay, and really, I'm going to use the word term, they're going to F this doggone place up. They're going to seriously F this place up. It's going to be these Edomites, along with Jake. Now, you Edomites are going to find out something new here. As I read in Genesis 49 and 9, where it said, Judas a lion's whelp, from the prey, my son, thou going up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, as an old lion, who shall rouse them up. These words are rousing up Judah. Okay, when Judah realized that basically he really ain't shit, there ain't nothing for him, there's no entertainment, nothing like that. The Edomites are they're destroying everything. They're going to get in the mix of it, but you Edomites are going to come up against lions, okay? Now these lions are going to get put down, because why? They're part of the 2/3, okay? Okay, so these lions are not going to be the warriors that is going to come off the chariots. Okay, after we have been after the righteous have been ascended, okay, and got that new immortal body, then sent back pursuant to Jeremiah chapter 16, where we come down and hunt you out of those doggone holes, okay, and put you in those chains and put you in 1,000 years of slavery, those of you who actually are still surviving. But in the meantime, the Lord is going to have fun with this place, okay, with all of you going against each other. Why? Because you're all devils, you're all squats and beasts and wild beasts, okay, and this is all y'all know how to do, because that's what the Lord has created you to do, for self-destruction and self-deletion. Okay, so Lord willing, you edify. I'd like to close by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh by Shem Yahshai by Shem Rakakadash, double honor to teachers, elders, and the apostles of great most, and also to you brothers that put in this truth, faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep, and to you brothers that are tuning in. Shalom.